Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Spiritual Brew. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you joined us. If you're not new here, hi, how you been? Welcome back. I'm always so happy to see you guys. I'm glad you joined us. So what are we talking about today? Well, I did a poll on my Facebook group and asked what everybody wanted to talk about. And one of the options was crystals and herbs. And that's what everybody wanted to do. So that is what we are doing today. Now, usually we will be reading the coffee grounds, but today we're going to read the tea leaves. And I'll be honest with you, I've never read the tea leaves before, so we're going to do this together. So you can see here, I've already drank my tea because, wow, it's a little difficult to drink it with all those tea leaves in it. But we're going to give it a whirl. So the tea that I'm using is from, I'll show you her bag here. And the Hawthorn Witch. I'm sorry, I almost forgot what her name was. The Hawthorn Witch. She's local. I live in Oregon. She does absolutely beautiful teas and soaps filled with lavender leaves, and Oregon's known for its lavender. So she's got some really beautiful stuff. This is not sponsored or anything. This is just, I think she's great, and they do beautiful things. So, and they come in these really cute little bags, right, with a little wooden ball on the end. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and just start by turning over well, today it is a teacup filled with tea leaves. And this one is got ginger, it's got spearmint and lemongrass and all good yummy stuff. And it's really sweet because of the ginger. It's beautiful. So I'm going to turn this over and we're going to see what happens. Because I've never done this before. Now, this is not something you necessarily do with tea leaves. Normally you would just sip it, or the person that you're reading for would just sip it slowly, and then you would turn the cup over like this. But I am going to do it the Armenian way, the way I was taught to do the coffee grounds, and we're going to turn it 3 times. And then we'll let it sit. And we'll see together what this does. I think this should be really interesting. So that's once, twice, and it's a little bit hard to turn because I can feel the leaves already down in there. And 3. Okay. So, now that we've gotten the business out of the way, let's talk about crystals and herbs. Now, I have, for many years, I have a box that I keep all of my herbs in. Now, all the herbs I show you today are not digestible. Well, they are, but I do not use these in a way for healing or anything like that. I do not digest them. You use them solely for ritual. So that you know that in advance, okay? Now, none of these will I suggest to you that you take as an ingestible. Some of them are, but I don't know you, and I don't know your health conditions, so I absolutely am not recommending that for you. Speak to a doctor first, know your own body, know your own health, and then choose the herbs that are best for you, okay? I will run through all of them, though, as we go. So, using crystals and herbs in rituals. Now, yes, you can use them in your witchy or Wiccan rituals as well, but you can use them in any path can use crystals and herbs, okay? And you can use them in many different ways, and not just rituals, but in ritual baths. You can use them for healing. Of course, herbs have been used for millennia to heal, as healing properties for stomach pain, for arthritis, for all different kinds of things. And I'll show you that as we get into depth. I'll show you some of the herbs that I keep in my herb box. So I pulled from the Crystals Oracle deck, I pulled us 2 cards, and I pulled the first one that came out was sexuality. So who are you here today? But this one is, let me make sure I pronounce it correctly. I think it's Croachite. I'm not sure. Somebody can correct me for sure. I've never actually seen that stone before. But it's sexuality. You can see with all the red there. And the other one that I chose, I didn't choose it. I pulled it like a normal tarot shuffle, is Tanzanite. And this one is clarity. Now, how would I associate some of my herbs to these 2 cards? Well, let's say I'm doing a ritual of sort of love cleansing or friendship or any kind of sexuality that I want to, let's start with that card, that I want to get more clarity on, that I want to enhance, that sort of thing. So I might use something like, what do we have here? We have passion flower. Okay, so I might use passion flower in my bath, in a tea. I could use it to make candles, scrubs, or even just a satchel that I put under my pillow, something like that, okay? And I'll tell you, I'll read here for you what passion flower can do for you, okay? It says, now there are, of course, healing properties to it that are medicinal, okay? But this will tell us what the different types of things that you can use it for. So you can use passion flower. It relieves the nerves. It can help you sleep. It can calm or soothe you. So many of these things, it can bring you peace and, of course, enhance love and friendship. So you have to ask yourself, what is it about, say, sexuality, okay? Where am I struggling? Where am I stuck? What is my particular situation, okay? So that when you use your herbs or you use your crystals, you're using them in a very specific way. You know what you're asking for and you know what you're looking for. And this is the best way to go about helping using the crystals and the herbs in just the right way so that you have the right outcome. So, are you looking for some clarity about a friendship that you have? Okay, is this person maybe someone I want to go a little further with? Maybe passion flower would work with that because it talks about not just love but friendship as well. Or you're in a relationship and it's a very passionate one, right? But you want to understand better, or you want to create, or you want to deepen your friendship with that particular person, okay? Passion flower would be something perfect for that. So you have to be very specific about what it is that you're looking for, what you're confused about, what you want to deepen. I want to deepen the friendship of this relationship that I'm having, or I want to deepen the love and sexuality of this friendship that I have now. Or is that even right for me? Okay, so it can be used in many different ways. It can be used, of course, in your witchy or Wiccan practices, but it can be used in any spiritual path. So meditating with the stone, maybe putting it in a bath with you, maybe putting some passion flower in a tea and sipping it in the bath, using it during meditation, that sort of thing. Or like I said, making yourself a satchel and putting it under your pillow and hoping for maybe some prophetic dreams. That in that way, it's excellent. So that's one way of doing it. And let's talk about clarity. Now clarity, tanzanite is an amazing stone, but clarity. Now there are many, many different kinds of herbs that can be used for clarity, okay, in many different ways. So again, you need to know very specifically what your question is, okay? Very specifically, what is it that I'm looking to get from this? What is it that I need clarity on, okay? So that could be clarity about anything, right? It can be clarity about money, it can be clarity about love, it can be clarity about family or friendship or a job, where I'm working, what direction I should go in, that sort of thing, schooling, anything like that, okay? So you need to be, when you're working with herbs and crystals, be very, very specific. Ask very specific questions. Make sure that the combination of herbs and crystals that you're using are compatible, but, you know, it says here that tanzanite is for clarity and passion flowers for friendship and love. But if it feels right for you, that passion flower is something you want to use for your clarity, then go ahead and do that, okay? It is very personal, okay? So if you pick up a stone, what I would recommend to you to do is go to your local crystal shop and just start touching stuff. They love that. They don't care. They want you to touch their stuff, okay? That's what it's there for. So that you can find just the right crystal for you. You may pick up a piece of amethyst in this hand and a piece of amethyst in this hand, and one feels very different than the other. So it's very personal to you, all right? So don't be afraid to mix and match is what I'm getting at, okay? So let's say I want to find something for clarity. I love catnip. I love it for, well, many different reasons. But let me read to you what catnip does, okay? It's for power, courage, love, psychic bond with animals, okay? Of course, because it's catnip, right? So maybe you're looking for your spirit animal and you want to have some kind of prophetic dream or something about what your spirit animal is. Maybe making a satchel with catnip in it is the way to go, right? And maybe putting a piece of tanzanite in it or whatever crystal resonates for you in that satchel. Maybe that's a great way of helping you to have a prophetic dream about what your spirit animal is. That's a beautiful way of doing it. So let me keep reading here for you about catnip, because I really do love it. It really is a diverse herb. And so if you can only get one or two, catnip is a great one, okay? It can also help with stomach issues, colic, and it's also used as a mild astringent, so you can use it in your bath as well. That's really a lovely way of doing it. So I think that's a really great all around kind of herb. Now you can see here I have Crystals and Herb book. I really am enjoying this book. It's a new one. I haven't actually even gotten through the whole book, but it's wonderful because it doesn't just talk about the individual crystal or the individual herb, but it talks about ones that can go together and can be used in combination. I'm sorry if you can hear the dog. That can be used in combination, but it also gives not just you know, what the medicinal uses are for them. It also gives mythology about them. It also gives just regular sort of holistic teaching. So I really love that about that book. It can teach you a lot and help you to hone in on exactly what it is that you are looking for. So I think maybe the camera cut out for just a second there, guys. Sorry, we're back on again. And so I really enjoy this book quite a bit. I would suggest that to you if you just getting started on that. So I'll show you a couple of other herbs that I keep. And again, these I keep in a box of some ritual tools and that sort of thing. So they're not ones that I actually ingest. Some of them are ingestible and some of them are not. And like I said, please don't just run out there and start ingesting herbs. You need to know your own physical being, okay? So let's see, let's try mullein, and this is full cut leaf, okay? Now some people will say, oh, I only like it when it's still on the stem or that sort of thing. It really is a personal preference. I really don't believe in the idea that it has to be one way or the other, that it has to be fresh or it has to be dried or it has to be cut or it has to be just the leaf. You know, this is again personal preference. This is what works for you, okay? So especially if you're just starting out, just practice with it. Just see what helps you. Just see what resonates for you. Just see what works for you, okay? And this particular herb is good for the lungs. It's good for, well, it's good for, it's good for digestion. It's good for, I'm trying not to use the technical terms about it. It's good for courage and magical use. It's good, it invokes spirits. It keeps away demons, and it helps to rid you of nightmares. So these herbs can be used in so many different ways that you can try them. Just give them a try. Give them a try in your baths, in satchels, in rituals, in candles. If you make candles, if you make soaps, that sort of thing, just give them a try. You know what? Yeah, keep them a bowl of it by your bedside, you know, and see how those work for you. I would suggest you do some research about them and find out, you know, which ones might work for your specific situation. But I can't emphasize enough that be very specific about what it is that you're trying to achieve when using crystals and herbs. Because once you get that combination just right, you'd be amazed at the results. So let's see, what else do we have here? Let's try comfrey. Okay, comfrey leaves. So this is actually a tree. Okay, and it is good for, it's highly nutritious, of course. And again, don't ingest anything that you haven't spoken to your doctor about, okay? But it's good for, let's see. Let me pull the label back. I've had these for a while. It's good for sores. It's good for rheumatism. It's good for arthritis. Now these are all things that have been used. It's been used for, you know, millennia to heal all of these things. So that sort of, I know that is kind of a trend to go away from, you know, doctor medicated synthetic drugs, and I think that's wonderful, and you really should, because we put so many strange things in our bodies anymore that we really don't know what's happening with them. And if you can go with the holistic route, I strongly suggest that you do, but do work in conjunction with your doctor about those sorts of things if you're going to be ingesting them, okay? But they have so many different uses, okay, other than just ingesting. Now, comfrey is good for traveling. What I will do with this is, and this is what I focus mostly using this herb on, is I will sprinkle some of this in my suitcases before I go anywhere. It will help for, of course, a safe trip, an easy trip, right? And that's what I use it for, mostly, is I use it for traveling. Now, there are herbs that you can use for astral projection. There are herbs that you can use to speak to your ancestors. There's so many. That's why I really suggest that you get yourself a book. You'll get some really amazing information and find just the right use for yourself, okay? I can tell you how to use these herbs and what to use them for, but that might not resonate for you. So it's best to go ahead and use them in a way that suits you best, okay, that fits your needs, okay? These are just some options, and these are the things that I use, okay? And Pennyroyal. I'll hold that there for you if you guys want to screenshot that. And I love my herb box just because I love to smell it. It's amazing, okay? And even just that, having these herbs sitting around when you're meditating, when you need some peace, you know, that lovely smell in a room can bring instant peace when you sit and you have a bowl of it right next to you, or right next to your bedstand, or right on your workstation even. I know it's a little difficult to take it actually to work, but we're all working from home right now anyway, so give that a whirl. You never know. Now this one is excellent for, excellent for calming itchy skin, so that might be good for a bath. I have done that before. You know, I think I've actually done that for a sunburn, which I do easily. So it's excellent for that. It is good for, let's see, it is a protection herb, that's for sure, and connection with spirit, and during rituals and that sort of thing. That's an excellent herb for that. Again, give it a whirl, give some other ones a try, get yourself a book. That's the best way to go about it. Now, crystals. I use crystals in many different ways. You may use crystals for just because they're pretty. That doesn't hurt, okay? I also make jewelry and I use them in everything, so I love that. Anyway, but if you want to use it during meditation, that's an excellent thing. If you want to use it for protection, that's an excellent thing. Crystals that I use for protection, carnelian and tiger eye. Those are my favorites, okay? Those may not resonate for you, so you really need to check into what crystals feel best for you. Rose quartz, of course, is always great for love and friendship. If you have amethyst that is associated with your crown chakra, it is about clairvoyance, it is about mediumship, it is about connecting with spirit. I will use it, this is a little strange, but I will use it sometimes, many times I will wear my hair in a bun right on the top of my head, and I will stick a piece of amethyst in there if I'm trying to connect and get downloads and that sort of thing for either psychic readings or for my tarot readings, that sort of thing. That's a fun way of going about it. You can try it associating the crystals that you are using to your chakras. Okay, a light blue stone of some kind will be excellent for your throat chakra. Okay, if you're looking to clear your chakras as well, you can always get different colors of crystals that match your chakras. That's a great way of doing it too. You can use a palm stone during meditation. There are herbs everywhere, all over the place now. During meditation, you can use a palm stone. You can put one next to your bedstand if that helps. If you're looking for clarity in your dreams, there are different stones for that. So it does take a lot of research. But connecting naturally to natural stones is not difficult to do. But finding the right one, just find the right one. Just because somebody gave you a stone doesn't mean you're going to connect to it. Just because somebody else does doesn't mean you're going to connect to it. So like I said, have some fun. Go into a crystal shop and really sort of touch everything. They don't care. Really, they don't. They love it. So how about we read the tea leaves? Okay, let's give that a try. Let's see. Together we will do this for the first time. Now there was a lot of tea in here, or there were a lot of leaves. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to look through the viewfinder here with you so I make sure we've got it focused. Okay. Can you see that? Let's try and focus one more time. There we go. That's better. Well, that is a lot of tea leaves. I'll show you the saucer as well. You can see the big pieces with ginger in there. Now, oftentimes when oh, that's interesting. Okay. So oftentimes when they speak about reading the tea leaves should be really finely ground or sort of in between where this is right now. But I thought that the ginger would be, I don't know, very interesting. I thought that maybe it would add a different element to the reading. So I'm going to show you the sides here. These may use your psychic abilities, use your intuition. Whatever you see first, go with that. Feel that. You know, this is definitely something you can easily try at home. If you have a tea bag of any kind of tea, use it. Make yourself a cup of tea, cut the tea bag open, put it into the cup, okay? Pour the hot water over it, let it sit and seep. This is something everybody can do really easily, right? We all have tea at home. And see what comes of that. Let's see what we can get from the saucer. Ooh, we just got a lot of water is what we got. Goodness. That's all right. We'll clean it up later. I don't know, guys. Oh, I'd be really, really, really interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. Because I have never done this before. So I'd be really interested to see. I think the saucer may have more information than the cup. Wow. That is really interesting. I think I'm going to practice at that a little bit. I'll put that aside there. Yeah, I think I'm going to try at that. I'm going to have to dry off my cards as well. That was interesting. So, let's move some of this out of the way. So what I would really suggest is that get yourself a book, go to your local crystal shop. If you can't get to a crystal shop, you don't have one nearby, well, go online, see what you can find, try one or two stones. and see how that works out for you. You know, like anything else, you need to use your intuition. What does your intuition tell you about that stone? What does your intuition tell you about that herb? And when I say herb, it can be anything, you guys. It can be tree bark. It can be your grass. It can be a flower. It can be anything. Okay? And it's anything that you make of it. Try them. If you don't want to go out to and spend money on a crystal right now or spend money on herbs right now, go out into your yard. Pick up a rock. Any rock that you find. The first one you find. Pluck some grass and see what comes of it. Because all stone, okay, all rocks are crystals. All of them. And there is no... Nature doesn't say, oh, this is a better crystal than that crystal. This one is more important than that one. It's not true. It's how it resonates for you. It's how it feels for you. It's how it works for you. Okay? So I know that people like to put their restrictions on what that means for everybody and how you should use them and what they mean and what they actually do. Other than a holistic manner, herbs can be used in so many different ways. Can be baked into food. There is a whole kitchen witchery involved in making breads and baked goods and savories and casting and rituals during your cooking. And that's basically what you're doing when you're cooking anyway. So use them with intention. When you're cooking, when you're baking, use them with intention and see what comes of it. There are many different ways that you can do it, and many different books and things like that out there. If you'd like to talk about them more, absolutely message me, comment down below, and we'll talk about it further. I'm going to pull you guys one more card, and then we'll see if we can associate one more thing of, I have just so many herbs here, and we'll see what comes of it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull us one more card. Pull us one more crystal card. And then on Thursday, we are going to do a pick a card, because I can speak. We're going to do a pick a card with crystals and herbs. And we'll see if we can't narrow down maybe what the right crystal is for you. Maybe what the herbs want to tell you. And it may actually just turn out to be completely different than what, you know, you can Google it as, right? Or maybe even what other people are telling you it should be. Okay? Do it as you see fit. Do it as you want to do it. Do it as it works for you. I think that's our card. Let's see what we got. This one is Herkimer Diamond. Dreams. Okay. Dreams. Beautiful. So, when you're making your tea, okay, and you have your little bag like this, keep the bag, okay? Keep the bag. Go and collect yourself some herbs if you don't have any. Don't spend your money on it. Go outside, find some flowers, a rose petal for love, right? Maybe a lemon leaf, right? Leaf from a lemon tree, maybe to bring a little spice or to associate to your solar plexus, right? And make yourself a little satchel, put it under your pillow, and see what dreams can tell you. See if that will help to, one, help you sleep, put some lavender in it, right? Or two, bring you some prophetic dreams. Let's see what we have over here. I don't think I have any lavender right now. But lavender is perfect for sleep and for dreams and sleep. Let's see. What have we got that I haven't shown you? We have wormwood. Wormwood is more for, wormwood is more for, sort of witchcraft rituals and that sort of thing, breaking hexes and that sort of thing. So I'll show you that. I don't have any lavender, but that would be perfect for dreams. So you may actually have some lavender. You may actually have some lavender. Maybe one of your neighbors has some and you can borrow some. Okay? that would be perfect. So if you have tea bags like this, or even if you have just the regular ones, right, that you get from Earl Grey, that sort of thing, right? Take that little staple out and save that little bag and make yourself a satchel of whatever you have, okay? And see if you can't, and focus down on exactly what it is you're looking for in your dreams. Focus down on exactly what you want those crystals and those herbs to bring to you, and make yourself a satchel. I think that's a great way to start. But be very specific about what you want. If you can get a book or read online, that sort of thing, that's great too. I really enjoy this book. You don't have to get this one. There are many, many out there. But it's a wonderful way to get started. And I think you'll be amazed at the results. So I really enjoyed this one. I can't even tell you how wonderful my office smells right now with all the herbs and the teas and everything else in it. And tell me what you saw in the tea leaves. I'm really interested in that because that's a first for me too. So thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to our pick a card on Thursday. We've got our herbs and crystals in that one. And we'll see, maybe we can get some direction about which herbs and teas are best for you. That should be really fun. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'm happy to talk about them. Bye, guys.